Hi, I'm Carly.
I'm Brittany.
I'm Drew.
I'm Summer.
And we're gonna be your vloggers for today. So we started off today with an awesome breakfast. We had lots of muffins, and I'm part of the dish crew, so I clean up after every meal, whether it be for our church or for the campers that were here this week. And well, our dishwasher has a special name. We named her Sylvia a few years ago, and the name kind of stuck. She's a silver box thing, so she works really well. She gets the job done, and we have a fun time doing it, and it's just a great time serving.
After that, we went out and did some trail building and worked some more on the trail that we started yesterday. We dug out some holes to put some rocks in, and then we carried some water up from the creek and patted down the loose dirt, and we finished the trail today.
While they were doing the trail build, we were finishing up working on the benches. This week we made 18 benches for the camp. Some of those are going up to the dining hall to replace some worn down ones, but most of those are going to the new chapel that has been rebuilt.
So after lunch, we went out to our village, which is Sisseton, and it was a pretty hot day today. It was very humid, so luckily we had a cool little sort of shelter thing that Dave Grant here helped us build, and we painted nails and made bracelets in the shade there, so that definitely helped out some. We had about maybe 15 kids show up. We played a variety of games and different little things like that with them throughout the day. I think each of us got to share a little bit about Christ with them today, which was such an awesome thing. And really, we got a great group of kids, not a lot of issues there. It was just great overall.
So when we were out in the villages today, I got a chance to talk to one of the girls named Skylar, who I'd really connected with for the past few days. And I was lucky enough to get to share the gospel in John 3:16 with her, and from my understanding, even though I don't know her heart, it seemed that she was really interested and really truly believing that Jesus was there and he came down, and I don't know for sure, but it seemed like she might have taken Christ into her life, so that was an awesome moment for me today.
Well, I connected with a kid named Elliot, and he was so sweet. He was part of this big family that would come out every single day. And we were making bracelets today, and he's like, I want pink, green, and yellow. And I was like, okay. He goes, but I don't know how to make it, so you have to do it for me. And I was like, all right, that's fine. And so we were sitting there talking, and I just looked at him, and I was like, God loves you so much, and he has a plan for your life. And he looked at me, and he was like, really? And I was like, yeah. And he goes, my dad has a Bible. And I was like, awesome. Do you guys read Bible stories? What's your favorite one? So then we did David and Goliath, Daniel and the Lion's Den. So I got to share just little bits and pieces with him. Just planting that seed was awesome.
So a kid that I really connected with this week and kind of finished off strong with today was, his name was Dante. And he was a really cool kid. We hung out a lot, played a lot of sports and stuff. And he wanted me to walk him to a friend's house to pick up his friend to come back to the playground with us. And so kind of on that walk, I kind of saw my moment to ask him about Christ. And I'm like, so, do you know who Jesus is? And he's like, God's son, right? I'm like, yeah, that's who he is. And he really seemed to get excited that we were talking to him about it. And that was just really cool for me to be able to share that with him and for him to get so excited about that. And, I told him about how much God loves him and how he has a plan for his life. And, just kind of how no matter what happens, God's always going to be there for you.
So someone I was talking to today, her name was Jaylee, and she was actually the sister of Skylar, who Carly connected with this week. And Jaylee she's sort of a little different than Skylar in the way that she doesn't talk very much. She's very quiet. So we were playing basketball today and sort of just seeing who could get it in the hoop more times, and she definitely beat me. But I sort of decided to break the ice. So I said, what do you know about God? And she kind of just stood there and looked around and didn't say much. And it was like 30 seconds later maybe. And she's like, he made us? I was like, yeah, definitely, he made us. I was looking around and I was like, can you think of maybe other things he made? She's like, trees? I was like, yeah, he made trees. What else? And she's like, she couldn't think of much. She was like, dirt? I was like, yeah, he made the dirt. He made everything. So that was it was a cool segue to just talk about the idea of God in like a broader way, because I could like tell she knew some stuff, but she wasn't really maybe positive or had that much exposure to it in the past. And it was something I hadn't really experienced in the past. So I'm glad that God gave me the courage and like the wisdom to carry on His word and tell the stories that I could.
So we got back from Sisseton and all the different sites, and tonight, since it's the last night, it's our typical photo night, fun night, and so we hiked up to a cross that our church actually put up on the hill a few years ago, and we took a picture up there because it shows the whole camp, and it's so beautiful because it really shows God's creation and beauty. And so we took our picture up there, and then we hiked back down, and we went out to the Nicolette Tower, which is about a mile down the road, and we hiked up there. And what's so cool about this tower is that you can see 3 different states from up there, since Sisseton is so like in the corner, like the northeast corner of South Dakota. So you get to see all the different like rolling hills, plains, so beautiful.
And then once we got back to camp, we all went into the chapel up by the dining area, and some of the people who run the Dakota Sunshine Camp, we did like a good worship session, and it was great. They do great worship here. Everybody was really getting into the songs. And then after that, Don, who's like the leader of the camp, told us some crazy stories and stuff that had happened here, and kind of was just telling us about what's happened so far throughout the camp, and all the stuff that other churches have provided, and what Jesus has basically done throughout him and throughout the camp. And then after that, we did our encouragement hot seat, so we encouraged a few people, and we do that every night, and then we are going to bed.
Signing off, this is Summer.
Drew.
Brittany.
And Carly,
Roll
Squad
out.
out.